There are a lot of really great tires out there that fit within the parameters of what we as off-roaders and overlanders are looking for in a great performing tire. No doubts about it. But today's video isn't about all of the different great tires out in the market. No, today's video is just going to be about my favorite tires in our top 5 best off-road tires video that I personally would run on my vehicle, which actually some of them I do. Number 1, because right now the Baja Boss Hybrid All-Terrain is my absolute favorite tire from Mickey Thompson, and here's why. First, I think a lot of tire manufacturers are missing the mark on what a well-engineered asymmetrical tread design has to offer for both on and off-road performance. But not Mickey Thompson. They have this category on lock. The only disadvantage to an asymmetrical tire is that it needs to be mounted on the wheel so that the side that says facing out is actually facing out. You can rotate the tire to any corner of the vehicle you want because it isn't directional or doesn't have to rotate in any particular direction. Just needs to be mounted to your wheels correctly, which we do when you order them from TrailBuilt with a packaged set of wheels, so then you don't even have to worry about it. Besides that, the asymmetrical tread design offers a unique set of skills for being able to grip and grab on a variety of surfaces because all of the varying lug shapes and edges of those lugs. When cornering in the dirt or on the road, the outer half of the tread pattern is designed to offer more contact surface area, allowing for better traction in the corners, which is referred to as high curve stability, while the inner tread pattern offers more space in between the lugs to help aid in water displacement and protection against hydroplaning, evacuating snow, mud, dirt, or whatever loose stuff you're in or on. The outer tire tread also has rigid tread blocks for higher lateral stiffness, which not only provides better grip, but quieter interior noise levels. Without getting too in-depth on all of those specifics because, well, we have them listed on our site under the specs of each particular tire, but these Mickey Thompsons have a great blend of rubber and silica in its compound to enhance grip and be cut and chip resistant. Over a 50,000 mile warranty, which is on a hybrid is still really good, and a really strong angled 3-ply sidewall for extra toughness and resistance against punctures. And for sizes that are 315 or 1250 wide and narrower, are tested and passed the severe winter weather driving condition test and have the 3 Peak Mountain Snowflake rating certification, which is another awesome reason to have a set of these hybrid all-terrains. Now, they may not be the most inexpensive tire on the market, but they are definitely worth the value of spending a little bit extra to get a lot more in quality and performance. And I don't have a set on any of my vehicles because, well, we're in the process of testing some other different tires on my vehicles, and they're on this list as well, which we'll get to later. But my buddy and coworker Jacob has been running them on his nicely built 4Runner TRD for about 6 months or so, and I can personally attest, along with Jacob's testimonial, that these Mickey Thompsons have been and are one hell of a great tire and have been holding their own without fail in every performance category so far. And guys, we'll have another video of the Baja Boss All-Terrain with real-world testing situations coming out in the next month or so. So make sure and keep an eye out for that as we run it through its paces in the snow once we actually get some. But anyways, my next favorite tire is one that I have personally ran on my Highlander, and Zach, our videographer, ran for a year on his Jeep, along with a multitude of friends that we go wheeling with, and that is none other than the Kenda Cleaver RT, also known as the KR601. An all-around, do-it-all tire that is surprisingly affordable for what it all has to offer, plus isn't going to let you down while out in the trails. But I will say this, on the pavement, on the road, my Highlander did not like these RTs, and that by no means is a knock against the Kenda RT, but long story short, I was running an F-load rating on basically a soccer mom car that is not built to handle the testosterone of the Kenda RTs, on the road anyways. Now, once we were off the road, the Highlander paired with these RTs awakened the sleeping giant of what was previously known as a soccer mom car, had now just turned into a Jeep eating carnivore, and I'm not even joking about that. I was crawling through and over more stuff than half the other Jeeps in our group, and you wanna know why? because I was running the Kenda Cleaver RTs, and believe it or not, some of the other Jeeps weren't. But I definitely wouldn't recommend these to anyone running a soft rotor like my Highlander, but for anything else like a 4Runner, Tacoma, Wrangler, a Cherokee, pickup truck, or anything like that, make sure and put the Kenda Cleaver RTs high up on your list of tires you're considering to purchase next. Oh, and by the way, I have since swapped out the Kenda Cleaver RTs for the next tire I'm about to talk about, but I saved the Kendas for a special project rig that I just picked up that I think you guys are going to enjoy what we have planned for that. But I can't quite reveal what that is yet because honestly, well, I haven't even told my wife about it yet because I can't figure out how to. And the answer is no, just in case you're wondering. She won't find out through this video because she doesn't watch our videos anyways, at least not that I'm aware of. But long story long, make sure and hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so that way you guys get notified for when we do unveil our next trail build project rig. Now, our next tire, and one that I have grown quite fond of, is one that is actually designed for the soft-roading SUV all-wheel drive market, light-duty pickup trucks, regardless if they're Tacomas, Colorados, Nissans, half-ton Silverados, or F-150s, or any one of those types of vehicles that really isn't going to be carrying a lot of weight like a 1-ton does, and is really a great performing all-around tire, and that is BF Goodrich's new Trail Terrain tires. All sizes are severe winter weather driving certified and carry the 3-peak mountain snowflake rating, have a 60,000 mile treadwear warranty, and are available in a whole bunch of different OE, also known as original equipment, replacement size categories. BFG's Trail Terrain is an all-new and improved tire designed around on-road comfort and performance, but offers very capable off-roading performance as well. And I wanted to include it on this list, not because I'm trying to kiss BFG's ass or anything like that, but this tire really works great with everything I've put it through. I've hit some pretty nasty trails with the Highlander with these Trail Terrains, aired down to 15 pounds of pressure in the tires, and went through some technical situations that honestly, I wasn't very confident I was gonna get through, but they gripped and grabbed without ever even breaking a sweat, and definitely went beyond my expectations and what I thought they were gonna do. And the trail was composed of some pretty aggressive rock sections, some buried log ledges in the mud, and just some nasty crap. But not only did the Trail Terrains kick that trail's ass, but there wasn't any damage to the treads or sidewalls. And once we got back to the trailhead, aired back up the tires and drove almost 500 miles home comfortably without any weird vibrations or anything like that. Plus, just this past Saturday, we got a minor dumping of snow that has already melted, but I was able to take on some very precarious driving conditions, of which we'll also be posting a future video review on the Trail Terrains in winter driving conditions. But I was very impressed with the traction of the Trail Terrain. And I say precarious driving conditions because the night before the brief snowstorm, it had rained and then froze overnight and then snowed on top of the frozen roads, so there was literally a skating rink under the snow-packed road, and some of it was melting in certain areas where the high winds weren't able to pass through because of trees to freeze over the road. So there was just pure, sloppy, icy, slushy-like wet cement sort of situations where I will admit I was driving a little too fast because I had gotten overconfident with the Trail Terrains and almost ended up in the ditch because I'd lost the ability to steer through the thick, slushy crap. And by no means, guys, do I put any blame on the Trail Terrains, as it would have taken a mud tire in that situation to be able to maintain traction. But besides that, I am truly sold on these Trail Terrains for everything I put the Highlander through with them on. I can absolutely say with 100% confidence that you guys would love these things too for your light duty, all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicles and light to medium off-road use on your daily driver that sees, 70% or more of on-road use over off-road use. And since we are talking about BF Goodrich and had just previously mentioned mud terrains, our next tire is another pinnacle tire from BFG, and that is the BFG KM3 Mud Terrain. I think a lot of you might have thought I was gonna say the KO2. Well, to be honest, guys, I've never actually ran a KO2 on any vehicle I've ever owned. I've driven vehicles with them on and can say they absolutely kick ass at everything they do, Not to mention they're all 3 Peak Mountain Snowflake rated. But anyways, since the KO2 already has a reputation that precedes itself, I wanted to instead shift the focus over to the BFG's Mud Terrain. Now this one I do run, although not currently as my Scout is getting a heart transplant, but I have put plenty of on and off-road miles on the KM3s, and in my personal opinion would purchase another set after these ones eventually wear out, after the Scout is up and running again first obviously. But I was seriously impressed with the traction and performance of the KM3s and think they really are a great tire for those of you looking to use them more often for off-road use than on-road use. And I only say that not because they have any issues on the road. In fact, my 39-inch KM3s act more like a hybrid tire on the road than they do a mud terrain. But the tread compound is quite a bit softer than your regular all-terrain or even a hybrid tire, and will wear out faster with more on-road use, and you'll end up replacing them more often. Which, I mean, we sell tires, so if that's what you want to do, that's cool with me. But if you want to buy a tire for your daily driver and put a decent amount of miles on, then save your money and grab one of the previously mentioned tires. But if you don't do a whole lot of on-road driving and want a maximum performing off-road tire that you can still expect to behave itself on the road, then for those particular circumstances, I would highly recommend the BFG KM3, as you won't be disappointed with it. At least I know I haven't been. Even with my last trip out with the Scout, I drove 95 miles to the off-road park where we were wheeling at, beat the crap out of the tires all day in the rocks, hills, mud with an open front differential, and still had 0 complaints on the KM3's traction. Can't say the same for the threaded air cleaner rod breaking off and falling into the engine and having to trailer the Scout all the way home, but regardless, the KM3s are another one of my favorite tires. For my final favorite tire for today's video is a tough one because I don't even know what it is yet. The first 4 were super easy to pick out. I've had a lot of good quality experience with the first 4 tire brands, and there are so many out there that all have really great feedback and testimonials on from lots and lots of people, like the BFG KO2 as a perfect example, or the Toyo AT3s and the MTs, the General Grabbers, Yokohama Geolanders, Nitto Ridge and Trail Grapplers, Mickey Thompson Baja Boss MTs, and I could really just keep going on and on here. But you know what? As I'm sitting here just thinking about this, there is another tire that does seem to stand out quite a bit. Plus, they have been a wildly popular tire in our off-road and overlanding communities, but honestly, I personally haven't had a lot of experience with them, and I think this is one of those situations where you guys that either have or have had the Falken Wild Peaks, specifically the AT3s or the AT3Ws, will be able to inform the rest of us if they really are that great of a tire. Because I don't know, and as much as I'd love to sit here and tell you that they are, well, obviously I can't do that, but you guys can. So if you wouldn't mind taking a few minutes of your time to really help us out here and let us know how awesome the Falken Wild Peak AT3s are, or how much they suck, but it would be great to get the feedback either way. And that really does go for any of the tires that I went through with you guys today. If you are running any of them currently or have ran any of these tires in the past, definitely make sure and let us know how you guys like them, or if you didn't like them, or even if you have a really great recommendation to what you think is the best off-road tire on the market and why you think they're the best. Definitely make sure and let us know in the comments below. And remember guys, for more information on the tires that we went through with you today, like pricing, specs, availability, or any other similar information like that, it can all be found right on our website at Trobolt Off-Road, and we'll have that link posted in the description below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and thumbs up to like today's video. And guys, as always, we appreciate all of you for watching and all of your support. I'm Josh from Trobolt, and we'll see you guys out on the trails.